Building the manger is actually an artistic thing that you'll just need to do. Um, I've slowly taken some oak and cut it down into little slats. I've got a variety of different sizes, shapes, and for these boards here, I've just been using these. And in a second, I'll just show you how I've been cutting those down to size. And then sanding them. If you don't get them to the exact size you need after running through the bandsaw, and actually, you know, it's going to be a rough cut depending on the type of blade you have, I'll run it through the sander. I just wanted to also show you that I don't have plans for the manger itself. So if you'll notice these cross ties that I made with this jig, I'm going to continue to use this manger. It really does work, but I'm thinking about beefing it up. And so with these cross ties, I use the same jig, but they're bigger. And all I did to change the size of my cross ties was I went ahead and put this jig back into my miter sled, and in order to keep the same ratio on everything, I just made one cut on the outer cut to make it wider so that this larger cross piece would fit into it. And then I turned the jig around and cut on the outer side of that. And I just kept whittling away till I had these pieces fit in it, and I thought that's wide enough. Then when you start putting these pieces on, I mean, it's like you got to have 5 different holding points. So if you have, I need to get some smaller clamps, but if you have a bunch of those, it'll really be helpful. Another thing that's helpful is I'm glad I made this jig a little long, because now I'm able to set my legs in here vertical, and that holds the thing up so that I can begin construction on the side rails, and that makes it a lot easier. So that's just a little a construction tip I'd like to pass along to you. And this will ensure, this jig really ensures that every manger you make, the angle is going to stay the same on it. The way it sets on the table, you know, is the proper angle, so everything is flush to the ground. To cut these little boards to the proper width now, I just took a 1/2 inch piece of pine here, put it over the dimension from the inside of the blade over to the fence, and cut it. You'll end up with a bunch of these little trusses afterwards, so don't throw these away. You never know when you might need them in your next miniature project. But here we go. And there's my little miniature 2x6. Isn't that sweet?